I thought making games was easy. I was wrong. Hi, my name is Jacob, and I'm an indie game developer in the making. I thought I could just cut corners and just slap stuff together. Learned a little bit about everything, and it would just work. I was wrong. I finally gave in and went back to the beginning. Unity, learn. It is slightly broken, but I needed a foundation of understanding code in Unity itself, so I can actually make the games I've dreamed about my whole life. This is where it all begins. Something I've attempted to avoid for a very long time. Coding. I hated the thought of coding. I had this deep impression that code is just boring stuff and is very hard to learn. I came to find out that code is literally what makes everything work, and it is still really hard to learn, but it's worth it. That being said, here I am making my way through Unity Learn and sharing my struggles so you can follow along and laugh and cry with. So make sure to like and subscribe, but seriously, do it. The first unit, I learned some basic scripts to move the player and have the camera follow it. Move about the interface and place objects on the scene. One super simple but big thing I didn't know is placing a public float at the beginning of the script. And now I can change the values inside the components section. Very awesome. This, I believe, will come in very handy in the future. After the first part of learning, I felt very confident in working on my first challenge, the plane with broken code. Expecting the scene to be filled out and the objects to be placed in components on the objects already established? No, just a blank scene and assets sitting in a folder. Welp, I better get to it. I started by filling out the scene, locating and placing the skybox and positioning it, getting out the plane object and making the barrier as a prefab, because I'll be placing a lot of these down, with the necessary components and placing them to eventually fly through. At this point, the scene is set up and I need the code to run the plane and have the camera follow it from the side like a Flappy Bird knockoff. The camera positioning wasn't very hard to figure out. I just yoinked the script from the first prototype and repositioned the fixed location of the camera. The script for the plane movement was still quite confusing for me, as I don't fully know how to make it move the way I want it to at this point. In my mind, I know exactly what I want it to do, but not sure how to put that into code yet. Failing many times, I finally figured it out. Yes! I did it! I can move on. I have the power. Feeling confident, I headed towards the quiz. The quiz was only 10 questions, and I got 8 out of 10. Feeling pretty confident, but will the next unit be harder? Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to see more of me failing and learning. My goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this month, so tell everybody. I'll see you later. Corn ASMR. That was so ridiculous. Oh man, good though. It's got the juice.